哎，老铁们，帮我点播关注。
All right, what about Team of the Year, though?
Team of the Year. I mean, I think this one is a little bit obvious. I think it has to be FPX. I think that, you know, they're the world champions. They crushed the LPL. They had one of the most dominant summer splits ever. Even their spring split, though it didn't result in them getting to MSI, was incredible. This team really did take over the LPL. And, you know, seeing them go to the world stage and crush through the knockout stage after having a disappointing entrance, despite the fact that a lot of these players were also new to the international stage. You know, how many times have we seen players get there for the first time? They're really hyped. It doesn't actually work out. These guys made it happen first time there. They crushed. They did it with their own style. They did it with swagger. I think they're the Team of the Year, cut and dry.
I think the only contestant against them would probably be G2.
Yeah.
Because both of these teams at different times in the year changed how the professional scene overall looked at League of Legends. And when G2 had so much success, they won MSI. Everyone was like, oh my God, we need to play Pyke in every lane. We have to have everybody role swapping around. We need to be really versatile with all these champions. And when FPX did their thing as well, they're like, well, mid laner better roam his ass off because if not, we're going to lose. So I think those are probably the two easy answers.
Yeah, I think it's hard to not give the world champion the Team of the Year.
Yeah.
I think an MSI win is definitely impressive, but in terms of magnitude, I always have Worlds even higher. And then the question becomes, well, FPX didn't win Spring Split. How much does that hurt them? Because really, they were the team of the last 2 months, unquestionably. But when you're looking at the whole year, it becomes a question. I still say FPX because, to your point, they did very well in Spring Split. If they would have been trash tier in Spring and then made that miracle, and maybe that's a situation where I wouldn't give it to the world champion. But yeah, I'm in agreement.
Yeah, and I also think, to be fair, there's so many competitive teams in the LPL. To get to MSI is obviously incredibly difficult. Good. All right, next one. The 1v9 award. Who's the best player on the worst team, or the player who had, you know, kind of the most outstanding performance in a loss, that kind of thing? Is
This-
what 1v9 would be to me.
This was a hard one for me because a lot of times for a team to actually go deep with the world championship, their team has to be good.
Yeah.
So there's,
So it doesn't have to be a Worlds award. We can
True.
include all the games that we have seen, which would be a lot of LCS bias games.
True.
But also sprinklings of other.
I got 3 though.
Okay.
I'm going to decide within the next minute. Yeah.
Wait, just throw them all out
Yeah.
there.
No Man's from Unicorns of Love is actually amazing.
Yep.
Fofo from J-Team, also very, very
LeBlanc.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And TheShy.
I feel
Because I thought IG was actually a bad team. There is that 10-minute stretch in Game 4 that just makes you think he's terrible.
Kale. Yeah.
That was a bit of,
was
I mean,
horrible.
that's runner-up for the MLXD award, honestly.
Yeah, those few moments tacked on at the end with recency bias.
But if they were at the
being
start,
so important.
He would win the award.
Yeah.
So if he won that series in one world, yeah. So two that kind of came to, well, one I guess I'll start with that came to mind for me was Uzi. I think Uzi performed really well in the group stage and felt like Ming was pretty boosted, felt like the team didn't play that well around him. But he had some incredible stats. I thought he had some incredible individual performances, and it didn't really work out there. And then when we were talking about, when we kind of zoomed out from Worlds, when you said that, my immediate one that popped into my head was actually for IG in summer, Jackie Love. Because I actually thought that Jackie Love was by far the best player in summer split for IG when Rookie was out and then Rookie came back in and was playing boosted and their top jungle and their soul lanes weren't really working together. Jackie Love was kind of the rock that got them to Worlds. So those
He
were
was
kind of
definitely the rock. I remember there were some games where TheShy had good games,
Yeah.
but he was definitely not consistent.
Yeah, but that's like a specific time period, so I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you got, Kobe?
What do you got? I gave you some. I gave you some stuff to pick
1v9.
from.
Yeah, I didn't feel like there was some super strong 1v9 guy stuck on a trash team. But I guess I would definitely agree with Uzi because I feel like a lot of people started to take away from Uzi by looking at his stats and being like, his gold share is always so high, and always his CS later in the game is so high, and people focused on the things that the team can give him, and they're like, okay, yes, we can give you CS later in the game. We can give you, an amount of jungle ganks, which the discrepancy, by the way, of jungle proximity difference wasn't that big. When Uzi's in the game, the enemy jungler also camp spot him a lot because they know how good he is. And I feel like people start to discount the early stages where Uzi is earning the CS leads himself and he's hitting every single Mystic shot. And they're like, oh, why is he playing Ezreal? Well, he's the only guy that actually gets all of these CS and harasses people while he's doing it.
All right, next award is going to be most improved. So who do you guys think improved the most this year?
Crisp. From 2018 to 2019.
That's a good answer.
From like middle tier LPL support who no one knew to basically best performing support in all the World Championship.
Yeah.
And then NA only, I have Niski.
The crisp one is hard to disagree with.
Yeah,
I thought about this when I